Do you believe that you can heal yourself? Too often we give our power away to something outside of ourselves, and rarely, if ever, trust and tap into our innate healing power and intuition. Everyone has this capability to heal in ways we never thought possible. It's your sovereign right to claim and have true health and lasting wellness. Now, here is the host of the Dr. Dolores Show, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in our wonderful universe. Welcome to another episode of On the Dr. Dolores Show. I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. And today we're going to be talking about moving upward, not onward. And it's redefining success. And I kind of chose this topic because of some personal things that kind of happened to me over the last several months that I felt was very inspirational for me, but I thought that maybe it would be a good thing to share with the audience as well. We always think that we say we're going to be moving forward to get ahead. Well, what if moving forward is really an illusion? Think about that for a second. We think that we have to move forward in order to get ahead, but who made that up? I mean, really, it's just like maybe moving forward is actually moving upward. Okay. So it's something to ponder and think about. So, I'm going to just share a little story because I think this probably will, set the groundwork for what I'm going to share with you. As people know that I do a lot of traveling, I love going to Sedona. It's a relatively short 500-mile drive from where I live in Southern California, but it's a great road trip thing. And a lot of times you're just driving through the desert forever, it seems like, because you are. And I remember having a conversation with a good friend of mine because usually I get caught up on all my phone calls on my trips. It makes an hour go by like that because you're just getting caught up. And well, anyway, long story short, we decided that we were going to try something. I said, I'm just getting this urge to do something. And so here we are driving through the desert, and I'm on the phone call with one of my friends, and I said, just play with me with this. So as I was looking into down the road, it was a sunny day. You know how sometimes you could see in the distance the vapor coming off of the pavement? It almost looks like it's water. And I just heard in my mind, it's like, look forward. That's an illusion. And I was like, okay, that's an illusion. Okay. And it's like, come within. Okay. And I did. I'm driving. And they said, take your foot off the brake, or take your foot off the gas, rather. And so I kind of took my foot off the gas. Of course, the car was in autopilot. And they said, come within yourself. So I came within myself, and they said, now move upward inside of yourself. And I was just like, oh my God, this was amazing because I could feel my energy and my focus, instead of being outward in front of me, was, even though I was aware of what was going on as I was driving, it was like I could feel the energy moving up through my body into the ethers of who I was. And I said, okay, I'm there. And they said to me, now keep going up. And when I got up, it was interesting because I saw all these ascended masters and teachers and saints. And it was just like, oh my God, they're always there. And then I asked, what about integrating some of those ascended masters? So I called forth, and Archangel Michael came with his sword. And I said, so show me more of what you need to show me. And he came close to me, and then he anointed me with his sword. And the next thing I knew, it was like something had opened up in um, my third eye, and it was amazing. So I sat there and took it all in as I'm still driving. Okay. It's like we're multitasking here, but it really gave a huge breakthrough for me knowing that we have a tendency to think that we're progressing when we move forward, like taking one step in front of the other. But in essence, what if that's not true? And how we truly move forward is raising our vibration and going upward through all the dimensions and the alignments. For me, it was a huge epiphany to realize that maybe what we think as moving forward is really an illusion, and really moving forward is moving upward, raising your vibration and raising your frequency. We're ascending as human beings, raising, we're ascending dimensions. We're, you want to call it time hopping, dimension hopping, or whatever, but we are elevating our frequency. And when we elevate our frequency, we're moving from other dimensions into different dimensions and higher dimensions to get to a point where you have the clarity that you're able to see these things and witness things as they happen. Trust me, we are not alone. We are surrounded by lots of helpers. And sometimes to access that, we need to raise our vibration to tap into that, to access that. Something to ponder. And when we're able to look at that from that perspective, I kind of think it's like a game changer, really. It's like we're able to um, look at things from a different standpoint. And it's looking from the lens of looking from within ourselves instead of looking at the lens, the external lens of what society thinks or what is outside of ourselves. It was a huge breakthrough. And my friend who was on the phone call, she was there with me and she had some changes happen as well. So it was truly a gift to have that witnessed by somebody. And yes, nothing happened in the car. We were fine. I just had to clarify that because you just never know what's going to happen, especially in my world. And I have this saying that you just can't make this stuff up. So knowing what we know about um, possibilities of maybe moving forward is really about moving upward. Just think about that for a second. And how would we access that? I think for many people, it's about grounding and centering themselves. It's about getting focus. It's about being mindful, doing a mindful activity. Let's face it, there's just so much noise and chaos in our world these days that sometimes it's just way overwhelming. It is, you can't even function. It's almost like you are so energetically distraught. It's like it's also interfering with your nervous system as well. And I feel that the nervous system is just the essential. And when you look at the nervous system from a medical standpoint, it's everywhere in your body. It's like, yes, you have the spinal cord, you have the vagus nerve, you have all these other cranial nerves and stuff like that, but they all branch out into little places where it goes everywhere. And when we are so stressed out, we are getting way too many doses of stress that our bodies are really having a tough time handling that. And we end up being in a lot of fight or flight. And it's almost like it's a toxic stress, you know, uh, toxic stress situation. So, circling back to what we were talking about, the whole importance of grounding and centering is that it's about coming within yourself, back to home base, to you, so that you can I'm laughing here because Christine's piping in. I have been sleeping so much, my body's making sure to stop me. Well, that's probably true. Sometimes that's how we need to recalibrate ourselves. Our body is so tired that we have to put ourselves to sleep so it could reboot itself like a computer. And, getting back, it's about coming back to base, foundational base here, yourself. It's about establishing a relationship with yourself, learning how to nurture, love, appreciate, and have compassion for yourself. I feel that we have been programmed in our society not to focus on ourselves because, oh, it's selfish. It's a necessity. When we are unable to have a relationship with ourselves, be able to be in the present moment, to hear those subtle messages, also to experience our emotions, we're like this shit show that's happening, that we're getting washed up in the whirling of the tornado that's around us, and it can be very stressful, it can be very debilitating, and it could be creating more problems for you unless you are able to come back to ground zero and ground yourself. Sometimes just taking deep breaths will allow you to get back into your body. Our natural tendency sometimes is when stressful things happen, it's like you constrict and the walls go up. And so when that happens, it's like you are robbing yourself of your vital life force. You're constricting it. You're I want to say freezing it, maybe, and you're keeping it stuck. Whereas it's really important just to feel everything and not put things or situations in a box. Be brave enough to step into it and experience that, because it'll be such a rewarding experience when you're on the other side of it. Trust me on that. So it's about doing mindful activities. And like we talk about mindful activity quite a bit on the Dr. Dolores Show, because I think that is an essential gateway into getting you to be in the present moment. And it's where, when you're in the present moment, you lose all sense of time and place. And remember, time is a man made concept that is only here on Earth. The clock thing is just to keep things and controlling things and trying to have some order. We are going into places now on an energetic component, just because of quantum physics, that time is very flexible and malleable. And if you ever have any doubt about that, I invite you to play with it. Say you're running late, okay? You just got up and you're running behind, you got distracted doing something, and oh my God, you're 5 minutes late. So, and then all of a sudden you're driving and there's like a traffic jam on top of that. So you're even later. So I invite you to just play with this and say, I am always on time, and just leave that as a mantra. I'm always on time, because you're going to notice that magic is going to start to occur in your life where time is going to stretch and constrict in order to accommodate that. And if we have some people who are doubters or don't think that's possible, I invite the skeptics to play with that and just to see and have an experience, and then make a judgment call on that, because time is malleable and flexible. It's not concrete and stoic. It can be moved and bent. And then taking that a step further, when you're in the present moment and you're doing mindful activity, you lose all sense of time and place. We've all had those things in our lives where we're so engrossed in doing like a craft or something, hours go by. And it seems like, a minute or 5 minutes have just gone by, but it's been hours. So just something to think about, the whole timelessness, and then the ability to, instead of moving forward and taking steps forward, I invite you to move upward and raise your vibration and your frequency to move upward. Now, we're going to be going on our first break, but you're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show. I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. And our show today is called Moving Upward, Not Onward. So stay tuned. And when we come back, we'll share some more.
Do you trust your instincts? Many of us don't. Yet this is the key to connecting to your innate healer within and your intuition. Tune in to the Dr. Dolores Show with nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, to receive insights and tools to realign with your inner wisdom for lasting health and true wellness. Listen for the Dr. Dolores Show, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Ready to break free from complacency? Welcome to I'm Awake, Now What? Your monthly invitation to embrace conscious living. If you've been feeling lost or stagnant, this is your chance to awaken your purpose. Join our transformative conscious wake-up office hours every month for guidance and self-discovery. Experience the power of clarity and focus as you navigate towards holistic healing and empowerment. Don't just survive, thrive. Sign up now and unlock a wealth of benefits, including enhanced well-being, stress reduction, emotional healing, and connection. It's time to ignite the flames of purpose within and start your journey to a fulfilling life.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Dr. Dolores Show with Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to Dolores at drdoloresfazzino.com. Now, back to the program.
Well, welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show. I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, and we're on the Inspired Choices Network. In today's episode, before our break, we were talking about moving upward, not onward. And it's about breaking out of the illusion that you think that you have to take steps to move forward. It's actually possibly raising your vibration and moving upward. That is a new way to be in success and into gaining more access to your wisdom and all the little helpers that are going to assist you on your pathway. So, we were talking about grounding and centering and the importance of doing a mindful activity that's going to keep you grounded and centered. So you're in your physical body. And when you're in your physical body, you're fully present right here, right now. So you are experiencing more calm, more peace, more serenity, and also more clarity and also more certainty. There's like five C's. I just thought of that. Okay, maybe I should do an episode on the 5 C's. Anyway, so it's really important to know that you have that capability to do that and to experience what is truly your birthright. Okay. It's about us coming back to self. Because let's face it, we've given self away to something outside of ourself. Okay. It's like we've given our innate power, our ability to really be true to who we are, instead of taking ownership of that, we maybe doubt it, or we want to get a second opinion. So we listen to something outside of ourselves, when in essence, what they're saying and what we are feeling may be in contrast, but yet we take what we're hearing on the outside as face value versus then trusting what is the right thing for ourselves. And I think we've all had those instances where our gut is telling us to do one thing and we doubt it, and we talk to our friend or whatever and they say, oh, you're crazy, you shouldn't be doing what you're thinking, what you're feeling you should be doing. You should be doing X, Y, and Z, and you follow X, Y, and Z, and then you live to regret it. These are little like nudges from the universe giving you wisdom, and sometimes we don't listen to it. And sometimes it's just, they're so subtle, the messages, that we have to stay in our physical body and quiet our mind so we have access to hear those. Because maybe this time it'll be like a little tap, a little subtle, like, Dolores, you really should be doing something. And then Dolores ignores that. And, the next time around, it's a little louder. And, maybe something happens, like, you get hit by a 2x4 and she still doesn't listen because she's, ignoring that. She's not in alignment with that information, because she's out of alignment because she's listening to something outside of herself. And then what happens is that, whoa, the cat has gone wild in my house. Holy crap. Sidebar, and talk about distraction. And what happens is that sometimes something even bigger happens, where it's like a showstopper to get your attention because you're not learning the lessons. So I invite you to take all of that into consideration and to work on grounding and centering yourself. Pick out a mindful activity, because this is the best way, and I call it the gateway into being in the present moment. And a, a mindful activity could be anything as formal as meditation, where you sit in lotus position, to something as simple as watering your garden. Okay. Anything that's going to allow you to step out of time and making it timeless. For some people, it might be reading a book. We could get lost in a book and hours go by and you feel like just a short period of time has gone by, when in essence you've been reading for 4 hours. It's things that are going to keep you engaged and in the present moment, where there's timelessness. There's no such thing as time. And that's going to look different for everybody. So I invite you to explore and find out what you're passionate about. Maybe you have a hobby that this sounds like mindfulness to you. Do it. If you enjoy doing it, I invite you to do it. I invite you to find something that's going to speak to your heart, that's going to allow you to be in that timeless period. For some people, it's like taking a road trip. I enjoy driving on long trips because I find that, turning the radio off and just being with me and just observing what's going on is a mindful activity, and time goes by like this. So, and I know for some people, that's not the case. Okay. So it's all individualized and you're going to resonate to different things. So for some people, it may be gardening. For some people, it might be going to the beach. For some people, it's playing a sport. For some people, it's meditation. Whatever that is, I invite you to explore that and just make it your own and do what you're going to enjoy doing. So you'll want to be doing it more and more, because the more and more you do that, you stay in that zone, if you want to call it that. And, loving and accepting yourself too. This is really key right now. And I know I did an episode last week about self-compassion, because I feel that right now in humanity's evolution, it's an energetic shit show out there. And the more that you could stay within yourself without judging and criticizing yourself, okay? Just focus on self-compassion. Self-compassion and self-love and acceptance. We are all humans, and we are here at the University of Earth learning how to get a doctorate in being human, folks. So we are all studying and learning things about being a human being. And yes, there are lessons, and unfortunately, stuff happens, and it's about what you do with what the information that you learned and how you move forward. It's not about staying stuck or trying to control it or not um, experiencing it or putting it in a box. Feel whatever's coming up with you, whatever you're going through, because this is essential. You do not want your emotions to get trapped in your body, because we know that when emotions get trapped in your body because they have not been experienced, or they've been stuffed or ignored or put on the shelf to deal with later that we never get around to dealing with, it's still energy. And we know that these things jump into the physical body and they create health conditions for people that aren't very pleasant. So feel away, even though you're afraid that sometimes the lid of Pandora's box of emotions is never going to shut again when you open that lid, because it does. And it'll be so liberating, because these are pockets of energy that have never been expressed, and they've been stuffed. And sometimes they get stuck in our bodies and they affect our nervous system, and it just perpetuates the whole fight or flight and stress type of syndrome that kind of happens. And we want to stop. We want to heal our nervous system. We want to heal our bodies. We want to heal our mind, body, and soul. And this is one essential way to do that. So remember, big doses of self-love and self-compassion. Okay, lots of that. And you might want to, if you haven't picked up journaling or anything, or doing some type of creative outlet, you might want to explore that. It's not gonna hurt you. It's actually gonna enhance your life even more. And I feel another thing too is just learning how to trust. We are in a lot of uncertain times right now if you focus on the external. When you come within yourself, it's like you are able to know that whatever is going on in your world and what you're exposed to, that you're going to be all right no matter what, that you are safe, secure, and there is this unknowingness, knowing and trust that everything is happening for you and there's a bigger plan going on. So it's about being comfortable with not being in control and not having to have it look perfect. So for all of you perfectionists and control fiends out there, this is for you. It's about allowing yourself the grace and wisdom, so when you're able to come to a real stressful point in your life, that you go within and you start raising your vibration up, and you're going to be able to calm your nerves, be in the fully present in the moment, and fully present with other people as well, and know that you have certainty in a world that is uncertain right now. So you're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show, and I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. And we're on the Inspired Choices Network. And our episode today is about moving upward, not onward, redefining success. And when we come back from our break, we're going to do a little guided meditation to kind of tie it all together for you. So stay tuned, and we'll see you soon.
Do you trust your instincts? Many of us don't. Yet this is the key to connecting to your innate healer within and your intuition. Tune in to the Dr. Dolores Show with nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, to receive insights and tools to realign with your inner wisdom for lasting health and true wellness. Listen for the Dr. Dolores Show, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Ready to break free from complacency? Welcome to I'm Awake, Now What? your monthly invitation to embrace conscious living. If you've been feeling lost or stagnant, this is your chance to awaken your purpose. Join our transformative conscious wake-up office hours every month for guidance and self-discovery. Experience the power of clarity and focus as you navigate towards holistic healing and empowerment. Don't just survive, thrive. Sign up now and unlock a wealth of benefits, including enhanced well-being, stress reduction, emotional healing, and connection. It's time to ignite the flames of purpose within and start your journey to a fulfilling life.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Dr. Dolores Show with Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to Dolores at drdoloresfazzino.com. Now, back to the program.
Well, welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network, and I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. And I'd like to share some news with you. I am very excited to have a subscription membership now called I'm Awake, Now What? And guess what? If you are going through a spiritual awakening and you feel like you have no reference point, or you feel like the rug has been pulled out right from underneath you because life had been working well for you, now all of a sudden it's not, then this is for you. Because with this monthly membership, I am co-partnering with a good friend of mine, Cozy Spantakis, and she is a body talk practitioner and a Reiki master, and myself, with our energy work together. Together we combine and we're able to assist people and give them insight on what may be happening with them. It's a monthly program, and it has resources. We're going to be providing lots of resources. It has recordings of previous episodes, and we're just excited to bring this to you to help support you on your journey to ascension and awakening. So go to my website, drdoloresfazzino.com/I'm dash awake dash now not dash what. And actually, when you go to the website, you'll see a little header there. Just click on that and it'll take you right to it. But I think you won't be disappointed, and this might be something that you will definitely thank yourself for participating in. So anyway, back to our show here. So we've been talking about moving upward, not onward, redefining success. And before our break, we talked about I shared a story about my experience with the illusion of moving forward and experiencing I want to say foundational piece of what it's like to move forward in order to move upward so I can move forward. I'm mixing my words up here. I apologize. And how important that is. And it's a game changer for a lot of people because we focus so much on the outside of ourselves. And it's like the outside is a lot of noise and a lot of distraction. Whereas when we come within ourselves, we're able to gain more clarity, become grounded in the moment with mindful activity and just being kind to ourselves and trusting the information that we're getting because it's the right information for you, not anybody else. So as I promised, is that we're going to be doing a little guided meditation, because I always like to do that on my shows, because what it does, it kind of solidifies the concepts that we've been talking about to bring it home for you so you could actually have an experience. And I feel that that's a necessary part as far as you um, being able to own it as your own as well. So when you're ready, I'm just going to invite you to get into a comfortable spot. And we're going to, just focus on our breathing right now. Breath is so essential for all of us. It's our life force. When we hold our breath, we rob our body of that life force. So I'm just going to invite you to find a comfortable position and either be seated or lying down, your choice, and just close your eyes and just take a few deep breaths. Take a deep breath in through your nose and slowly blow it out through your mouth. And take another deep breath in through your nose and slowly blow it out through your mouth. And just take one more deep breath in through your nose and slowly blow it out through your mouth. And I just invite you to allow your body to relax and just allow your breathing to return to its normal inhale and exhale patterning. And know that with every inhale that you make and every exhale that you take, that you're just going to fall more and more relaxed into your body. There's really nothing else to do. So right now, I'm just going to invite you to imagine yourself standing at a base of a mountain, surrounded by lush greenery. And feel your feet firmly planted on the earth. And just imagine roots growing from your soles of your feet, anchoring you to the ground. Imagine those roots going down very deep into the earth. This grounding will provide a stable foundation for your journey upward. So begin to ascend the mountain, and with each step, feel a sense of lightness and ease. Imagine your body growing taller and stretching towards the sky. Feel the air on your body and just feel how fresh and invigorating that air is. And just allow your lungs to fill with this air and just enjoy the vitality of this fresh and invigorating air. As you climb, you may encounter obstacles, such as a rock, steep inclines, or even patches of fog. I invite you to just breathe deeply and remind yourself that these challenges are temporary. Use your strength and determination to overcome them. Each obstacle you conquer brings you closer to your goal. Finally, you reach the summit. Take a moment to savor the breathtaking view. The world is spread out before you, vast and beautiful. Feel a sense of accomplishment and peace. And also witness all the beautiful ascended masters that have come in your presence. All the teachers, all the ascended masters, all the saints, all the angels, and all other benevolent beings have come to assist you. When you're in this space, I invite you to just ask for a particular being to come forth, or just allow whoever wants to come forth. And just thank and appreciate this benevolent being that has come forth for you. And just notice that they have a gift for you. And whatever that gift is, allow yourself to receive that. And if you need clarity as to what this gift is for, I invite you in your mind to telepathically ask them. And just listen for the first response you get. As this benevolent being is standing by your side, and as you stand on the summit of the mountain that you're on, imagine a new path unfolding before you. This path is an upward path. It is filled with possibilities, opportunities, and growth. I invite you to take a deep breath and step onto this new path. Feel the excitement and anticipation as you embark on this journey with the assistance of the Ascended Masters and your benevolent beings and friends. Continue to breathe deeply and just allow the sensations and emotions you've experienced to settle into your body. And graciously thank your benevolent being for assisting you and gifting you with a beautiful token. And just take one more deep breath in and slowly blow it out. And as you prepare to open your eyes, bring your attention back to your breath and your physical sensations. When you're ready, gently open your eyes and take a few moments to integrate your experience. Remember, this journey upward and the new forward path are always available to you. May you carry the sense of accomplishment, peace, and excitement you felt today with you as you move forward in your life. And remember, forward is the new upward. So welcome back, everybody. Just sit with what you're experiencing right now and just allow yourself the grace to feel that deep serenity and peace and certainty. And know that you could return to this at any time to listen to this. And you're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show. I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. And we're on the Inspired Choices Network. And we're talking about moving upward, not onward, redefining success. And when we return, we'll just wrap it up and share what's next. Take care.
Do you trust your instincts? Many of us don't. Yet this is the key to connecting to your innate healer within and your intuition. Tune in to the Dr. Dolores Show with nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, to receive insights and tools to realign with your inner wisdom for lasting health and true wellness. Listen for the Dr. Dolores Show, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Ready to break free from complacency? Welcome to I'm Awake, Now What? Your monthly invitation to embrace conscious living. If you've been feeling lost or stagnant, this is your chance to awaken your purpose. Join our transformative conscious wake-up office hours every month for guidance and self-discovery. Experience the power of clarity and focus as you navigate towards holistic healing and empowerment. Don't just survive, thrive. Sign up now and unlock a wealth of benefits, including enhanced well-being, stress reduction, emotional healing, and connection. It's time to ignite the flames of purpose within and start your journey to a fulfilling life.
This is the Dr. Dolores Show with Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to Dolores at drdoloresfazzino.com. Now, back to the program.
Well, welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network, and I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. And we just did a delicious meditation on allowing you to go and move upward as the new forward. And I have a comment here from Sarah. She said it was amazing. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed that, Sarah. And the more we're able to stay in that space, the more and more wonderful things are going to be happening and unfolding. It's a great reminder to slow ourselves down to help reset our nervous system as well. So, we talked a lot about moving upward, not onward, and redefining success. And I invite people to remember that sometimes when things happen to us, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It just means that we're getting upgraded, that maybe what we had already was no longer in an energetic alignment to what we are moving through or going through in the future. So it's about allowing things to move out of our life so we create space for other things that are more energetic aligned to come with us. So moving upward or moving forward is no longer forward, it's upward. It's about allowing ourselves to embrace change. It's about cultivating positivity and gaining the wisdom of what has happened, even though sometimes it could be a horrid thing. It's like, a lot of times how we deal with things is the key. I mean, stuff is going to happen to us no matter what. It's in how we handle it and deal with it that are brings us to more resilience, but also allows us to move forward and embrace change and take the gold nuggets from what we're experiencing. So being positive is important and being grateful and optimistic. Trust your intuition, people. It's just a very powerful guide, and it's your inner voice. And we have to be still in order to hear that. Okay. This means doing a mindful activity. Mindful activity is a gateway to get you into your body. When you're in your body, you could hear these messages and you could tap into your intuition. It'll be a huge game changer for you because you will become more certain and concrete in your life, and you'll no longer be listening to the distraction on the outside, which is the illusion. This is the truth. Out there is the illusion. Just remember that. And then take inspired action. So from the point of being fully present in your body, take inspired action from that point, not about trying to figure something out. So I call them divine downloads. When you're quiet enough, you're going to get inspired by your higher self, your intuition, about little hunches that you should probably go do this next or whatever. Follow those. I invite you to just tap into your innate wisdom and just follow that for the day. Just experiment with it, because the more you do that, you'll realize that you're going to be more in the rhythm and the flow of what you need to be doing for you, not anybody else in your life. Important thing to remember. And the other thing too is that believe in yourself. I think and I feel that humanity has been beat to a pulp, and sometimes we doubt ourselves, and we have had so many things happen so quickly that we don't know which end is up or not. And it's about having kindness to yourself, self-compassion for yourself, and just the ability to give yourself a pep talk and just start believing in yourself and honoring who you are. And because each of us has incredible gifts to offer humanity at this time, and many of us are just learning how to tap into them. So believe in yourself. Surround yourself with people. Don't be by yourself. Be part of a community where you're going to be supported. And just know that we're going to have successes and things that we label as setbacks, but they're all for us. They're happening for us, not to us. They're happening for our evolution and our growth. I feel sometimes we have blinders on, that we think things have to happen a certain way. Newsflash, that's an illusion. So come with inside and just be present fully in the moment. And with that in mind, I feel that I want to share a quote with you. And I came across this. Every soul is on an ascension journey. The path is unique for each. Allow yourself to be unique. You are unique. You're lovable. You're worth it. And when you are able to embrace all that with yourself, ascension is not just about spiritual growth, but also about personal and professional advancement. So that kind of wraps up our show for today. And next week, we're going to be talking a little bit more about living in sync, absolute alignment. And I'm just going to read a little bit from my notes for next week. And it says, do you ever feel like your thoughts, words, and actions are all out of whack? You're not alone. In this episode on the Dr. Dolores Show, we're going to delve into the concept of absolute alignment, where we explore the challenges and rewards of achieving congruence between what we think, say, and do. Wouldn't that be magical if everything lined up like the holes in the Swiss cheese, so you had a bullet point to get to where you needed to go? I think this is a great episode that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy, because I'm going to offer some practical tools and techniques so you could gain greater awareness and live more with intention. So, wrapping everything up here, I just invite you to be kind to yourself, have some self-compassion, be nice to yourself, and maybe nice to others, because a lot of people are going through some major, major things right now. You have no idea until you actually start talking to people. People are walking around as if everything's perfect and fine. Trust me, that's an illusion. It's not true. And we need to be here to support each other. And so if I could support you in any way, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to set up a little meet and greet with you, and we'll just take it from there. So stay tuned for their next episode, and you're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show. I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, and signing off for now. Be kind to yourself. Love you.
Thank you for listening to the Dr. Dolores Show. Dr. Dolores returns Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. Until then, remember to be kind to yourself and create your best life. You are worth it.